So there's a fuel leak somewhere. That is not good at all. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Gregson and welcome to Shifting Lanes. Today I'm standing here at work and I wanted to do something that I actually have never done on this car with the correct software. I want to scan this car with the VIDA software. It's Volvo's from a certain year to up to, I think, 2015. I've never scanned my car. I've only scanned it with OBD2, and I think I want to see how many faults come onto this car now that it's all fixed and now that we have it in proper shape. So let's get started and let's scan this car. As always, this video is sponsored by FCP Euro. If you don't know who FCP Euro is, where have you been? And you probably haven't been watching this channel. They sponsor all of our videos. They are a foreign car parts supplier to you guys. If you own a Volvo, if you own Mercedes, Porsche, BMW, Audi, anything, German, Saab, go check them out in the link in the description below, or go to www.fcpeuro.com. They give you free shipping on anything over $49, and they have a lifetime warranty for all wear items, so go check them out immediately. So one thing I forgot to mention, and I'm sorry, that light is making an insanely annoying buzzing noise, is there are two things that we need to be fixed in here as well. One was the radiator. It was totally cracked when we brought it in to check on the power steering, which I will get to in a minute. We noticed that the radiator was leaking coolant and it was sort of just dripping out the bottom, so we replaced the entire radiator, as well as the high pressure line. Down in here, there's a high pressure line for the power steering. This is the power steering pump, and that sort of is leaking onto the alternator, but I don't think it actually is anymore because we fixed the high pressure line down there. Now what was happening was the high pressure line was basically cracked and just pissing fluid out the bottom. I had no power steering. It was incredibly sketchy driving this thing for a while, but everything is now fixed and it is mechanically sound. And I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but it is perfectly fine. That is now taken care of, and this car is basically ready to go for the next mods. Now, I want to scan this car with the VIDA software, but as you can see, I'm outside. It's a parking garage, and while the computer I have from Mr. Dave Leech, thank you to him for helping me out with the VIDA laptop and the software, along with the dice unit. It has a battery, but I'd rather have it plugged in. And I want to do this a little later in the day, and I was a little jealous of Hanson's awesome transition in his video. If you haven't seen, Hanson, one of our co-founders, owns an S60R now. Click the card above and you will go see that. So I'm gonna try one of those fancy snap transitions just like he did. So let's see if it works. Nailed it. Clearly it's later today and I'm in my garage. What I'm about to do is set up everything. I'm gonna leave the computer kind of here on the hood. I'm gonna put a towel underneath it so I can put the camera behind me. You can see exactly what I'm doing and I will talk it through. That being said, let's get set up and let's get scanning the car because I don't have a ton of time and I want to get you guys a video for tomorrow, and I really am curious to see what VIDA actually pulls up on this thing, so let's hit it. Okay, so here we are. We have the instructions as sent to me by Dave Leech, and we have VIDA, which is booting up now. Basically, what Dave sent is a whole bunch of instructions on how to set it up the exact right way. And Dave is a guy that basically makes these laptops himself. He kind of programs it all, puts the VIDA software on it, and you can scan your car with it. He sometimes has dice units, but he had one that he sold to me, but don't look to him to get a dice unit. You can find them on eBay. They usually come from China. They're pretty cheap. And it's really helpful to have this kind of software to scan your Volvo, especially when you don't get everything from an OBD2. The OBD2 that I do have is this one right here. It's very good. It's the Accutron AccuScan Pro. That actually helped me to, well, basically diagnose a injector fault in the car, which is what was making it turn on and then completely die. So that's really good. And that was really, really helpful, but it doesn't tell the whole story. This will tell the entire story of what's wrong with a Volvo. So it's very important to get VIDA software if you have like an 01 through 2015 Volvo, especially on these P2 Volvos, because you never know what can come up. So Dave Leech is the guy. I believe it's VIDA, V-I-D-A, laptops at gmail.com. If you want one of these, you can reach out to them. They range from like $200 to $400 depending on what you want to put in it, and you can actually use this as totally a normal laptop. So Recommended not to. Recommended to just use these as exclusive VIDA laptops, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into scanning this car. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this thing set up. We have our dice unit, which is here. We're gonna plug it into the OBD2 port. Then we plug it into the laptop itself and we do the scan. So let's do that right now. All right, so what's happening right now is it's reading the vehicle. It's recognized that I have a Volvo V70R with some sweet Pegasus wheels. It's checking it out, it's looking at everything. And then what you'll do after this is you'll wait for the vehicle information to appear, the vehicle's VIN number will show, hey look, there I am. And then it'll display the photograph, you select transmission type, select steering type, and all this, and then you click OK and you can go to the information tab and it will read it. We've done a little bit of research here and it looks like there are a couple of things wrong here. The air quality sensor, internal fault, pump faulty signal, malfunction indicator lamp, which is 100% correct. The indicator on that side of the car is totally fine. However, when you turn on the daylight or the DRLs and position one of the lights, this one lights up and that one does not. This is very, very cool. ECM software faulty, that is actually, I believe, from our Hilton Stage 2 tune, so that's fine. Fuel tank system leakage or minor leak. So there's a fuel leak somewhere. That is not good at all. We're gonna have to look into that. Suspension solenoid from left signal missing. That's fine because we've installed coilovers. So this has definitely done its job. There's a lot more red than I was hoping for, and that's not really that great. But we're gonna look into these codes and get everything fixed. Obviously, if you guys have any, knowledge into these, please let me know in the comments below. Leave it with what you've done with these faults. If you've had these exact codes come up, what have you guys done to get them rectified? Leave it in the comments and I will check that out. The next step of the process is to clear these codes and see if they become, well, see if they pop up again. Because these, we don't know when these are from. This is the first time I'm scanning this thing with VIDA. So yeah, they may have cropped up, tens of thousands of miles ago and they just never got cleared. So to clear it, we're gonna follow the next procedure, clear everything out and then see if they come up in another week or two. So there you have it. That is the car scanned with VIDA. That was a way easier process than I thought it would be. It's actually quite easier than looking at that OBD2 scanner because all the directions are laid out for you and this thing is just super easy. It's literally a laptop computer you click around just like you would on any interface with any PC, and it's really, really straightforward. So be sure to contact Dave Leech if you want one of these. If you have a P2 or a P1 or even a P3, like any of these older Volvos, like 2000s through 2015, you definitely need these. I didn't know there was a fuel leak. This definitely said that there was. That's something we have to address almost immediately. As you saw earlier, there was a power steering leak that we got fixed and the radiator was cracked. So maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe there wasn't a fuel leak. Maybe those codes were from that fix and they just never got washed out. So we'll see if this rectifies, and I will give you an update in the next video to tell you if any of these codes hit again, because I will rescan this car in a week to see what happened. That's actually it for what I'm doing in today's video. It was very, very quick. A little bit of an update on the car. We are not going to be doing the rest of the interior in the winter. It's far too cold outside, and as you can see, it's pitch black out there. The Aston's sitting in the driveway. The update is Fibrenuke doesn't want to do this in the winter, and I don't blame them because one, Eileen, the person, likes to work outside, and also because it's a little too cold for the dye to really kind of take. Some of the seats are actually cracking already, and which is not good. It needs to be a little warmer for all of the dye and stuff to really adhere to the original leather. We're going to do that in the spring and touch up the places that are cracking already because it's been so brittle and sitting out in the cold so long that it really isn't, doing doing very, very well in this cold weather, as well as the seat is already getting dirty from my disgusting butt sitting on there all the time. On that note, the Aston is still for sale. I haven't had any hits really on it. Just a couple questions on Craigslist. I'm gonna list it on eBay. If I can't sell it, then I'm gonna put it up on Bring a Trailer, because I definitely have a new daily driver targeted, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So yeah, I'm selling the Aston, and if you didn't get that from the last video, you can click the card above me and you can see that video where I go over all the costs of that car, exactly all the running costs for the last year. It's actually way less than I thought it would be outside of elective stuff. So I elected to do a lot of things to that car, like the wrap, the wheels, things like that. Outside of that, it was really, really easy to run, way cheaper than this thing. So yeah, that's the Aston, and that's the Aston story, and that's this story. I'm so excited to finally have 3 Project Volvos on the channel. We have this one, we have the C30, we have the S60R. If you guys are as excited as I am, leave it in the comments. I cannot wait to bring you more content with this thing, especially in the, not the winter, well in the winter too, but in the spring, because in the spring we're definitely gonna drag race all 3 of them. We're definitely going to go sibling rivalry and have a total just battle royale between all three of these cars, because I think that you guys deserve it. You guys have been hanging around so long with this car, the old gray one, and all the Volvo stuff we've been doing. You guys deserve more Volvo content. So we're gonna bring it to you in the spring. Probably the next thing you'll see on this car is, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do next week. I'm a little light on content, but the wheels, the winter wheels are getting powder coated, and you are going to be really surprised. It's gonna be really, really cool looking, and these wheels are awesome. For those that don't like these wheels, they're going away for the winter, so we're gonna have some Pegasus wheels back on this car, and they're getting powder coated, they're getting refinished, and it's gonna look so, so good. Other than that, that's it for this video. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Shifting Lanes. Follow me at RealGregSonM. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon next to it if you haven't already for all notifications. That way you will know every time we make a new video. If you want to get in contact with us, it is contact@shiftinglanes as email. We read all of them. Couldn't be easier to reach out to us. And we're on pretty much every Volvo group on Facebook now, so you can always reach out to us there. Thanks for watching. My name is Gregson, and I will catch you next time. See ya.